Hello and welcome to this week's Craft and Chat. It's Tuesday, the 11th of February. Thank you so much. 2025, just in case you're watching some from, several years ago. If you're live, can you do me a light and sound check, please? And if you're watching the replay, thank you so much for taking the time to pop in today. We're going to have 20 minutes or so chatting, probably quite a lot about chocolate. And then I'm going to make some treat packaging, which maybe is where the chocolate's going to come in. So let me double check, as always, that I am live in YouTube and everywhere else I should be. So 1 second. Let's just, so we are live. Awesome. Live on YouTube. And let's just check Facebook as well. Yeah, it looks like we're live there too. So let me just, hooray. Well, that is good news. Hurrah! Liz, hello. She can hear and see me on YouTube. Anne is in Suffolk and Chris is checking. She's in Newbury. All okay, Facebook and YouTube. Thank you. So how are we this week? Do let me know what you've been up to since we last spoke. For some of you, that was only a couple of days ago, but for many of you, it would have been last week. So we have not been up to much, actually. We've been bathrooming mainly. It's actually getting really boring now. So I've probably not given you an update for a while because it's just a nightmare. So we can't finalize the plumbing because we are missing a panel to go at the end of the bath. And because along that wall are all cabinets, they're all a one particular brand of cabinet, and they're all a white gloss. It's really pretty, really lovely, but we need one extra panel to go at the end of the bath. And we have now had 6, I think. Brian's actually looked at 6. And the manufacturer has changed the packaging. So when these cabinets come off the manufacturing line, they used to be protected with like foam or polystyrene type ends and then cardboard over the top, and then it was wrapped and so on. And all the panels that came like that were all fine. But somewhere along the line, they've changed their process and they actually put some corrugated cardboard on top of the panels. And I don't know whether it's the finish on the panels is still warm or it's the pressure or whatever. But every single panel has got these microscopic ridges. And if it wasn't like a glossy panel, I don't think it would matter. But because it's going at the end of the bath, and you can see all these tiny lines. So every time the builder's merchant rings up and says, we've got another panel in, off we go. And we now they don't even deliver it. We go now because invariably it's got to stay there. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know, because if that's how they manufacture them, so anyway, so we're bored now. It's just we just can't finish it. So there's no point in finishing the plumbing because we're going to have to pull it all out again in order to put the taps in. So yes. So we did a bit of bathrooming the weekend, but not very much because we can't do very much. So that's all a bit rubbish, really. So somebody talk to us about something else. Because we need to just doom and gloom about Amanda's bathroom. Actually, we were looking to watch a movie at the weekend, and I couldn't find anything. It was just like there was nothing on. So we have Netflix and Disney Plus. So if you've got any recommendations for either of those, I'd be very grateful. Okay, Donna, welcome. Oz is in the house. Sound and picture is all good here. And I know I say this all the time, Donna, but I can't believe I get all the way around the world to where you are. It's just amazing, isn't it? Oh, Anne is saying she's well. The scaffolding and the scaffolders have turned up a month early for a job. Oh no, and I'm guessing you weren't ready for them. Did they go away again, Anne? That's a bit of a disaster. Oh, goodness me. Yes, so Queensland in Australia has been having horrendous flooding. Do stay safe out there. Chris saying that she's very pleased that her relatives in Townsville didn't have to evacuate. That is really, really good news. Good afternoon, Scylla. She's saying hello to everybody. Okay. So let me have a slurp of my tea. It's so cold in the house today. I've just put the heating on again. It's not that it's actually gone off, but it doesn't tend to be on in the middle of the day. Because normally I'm running around, but obviously I'm sat here feeling chilly. So I wanted to talk about chocolate today. Specifically Easter chocolate. I know. There were Easter eggs in the supermarkets on Boxing Day, which is a bit ridiculous. And I understand for those that celebrate Valentine's Day, the shop's full of Valentine's chocolate as well. But every year I go investigating the Easter chocolate because, that's just I'm doing, what is it? Market research. That's what it is. And for those of you that don't know, I try not to have chocolate in the house. Or certainly not chocolate for me, because I just eat it all. And I'd be very happy just to munch away at all the chocolate. I don't eat other people's chocolate, which is kind of a weird thing to say. Why would you eat other people's chocolate? But so Brian loves dark Toblerone, which that's a whole other conversation if you've tried to get any dark Toblerone lately. But Brian loves dark Toblerone, and he has bars and bars and bars of it. Seriously, bars and bars. In the cupboard. And I don't touch it because, it's his chocolate. But if I have chocolate that might be mine, to just eat it. So at this time of year, I have an excuse to bring chocolate into the house because I love making packaging for chocolate. And I need the chocolate in order to make sure that the packaging works. Is anybody actually believing what I'm saying? Hi, Ali. She's saying she's hoping I'm well other than chilly. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. And Sandy's listening on low volume at the hairdressers. Bless you, Sandy. I'll try to whisper. And Anne saying that she wasn't even out of bed when the scaffolders arrive. That's just shocking, isn't it? It's just like when somebody comes knocking on the door and you're not expecting it, it's just like, who's that? Donna's saying bad flooding up north. Oh, they had nearly 100 mil overnight, so that's like 4 inches of rain. So Ali and Antriana have got my measure, asking me how much chocolate did I actually eat before before I made said packaging. Yeah, exactly. No, I my excuse, or no, my excuse, my defense currently is this chocolate has only been in the house about 2 hours. So it hasn't had the opportunity to be eaten yet. But I wanted to share chocolate with you today, because Donna's saying quality control. Yeah, I know. How are you going to know how good the chocolate is? But I went to Marks and Spencer's today. I was not going for chocolate. I was not. I was not going for chocolate. But I ended up coming home with some. So, in our house, we love mini eggs. So, for my international friends, they are milk chocolate eggs, little tiny milk chocolate eggs, and they're covered in a hard candy coating, like a Smartie or an M&M, but they are speckled and really pretty. And they come in all kinds of pastel colors. So they are probably Brian's favorite Easter chocolate. But I found these. I'm a little bit excited. So, mint and chocolate, match made in heaven, mini eggs that are mint. I'm very excited. So I'm very excited about that. Then this looked really cool. Oh, can you see it? Da-da-da. Let me bring it backwards. There we go. It's a caramel. There we go. Oh, come on, camera, catch up. It's a caramel egg. So it's actually white chocolate and caramel inside. So it's like the blonde chocolate with caramel inside. And then this looked really cute. See, they're all sealed up. Well, you know they won't be within an hour of me going off this live. Look, this is it's called a bubbly bunny. It's this really cute bunny. So it's like, it must be like a whisper or an arrow, the bubbles in it. And then this one is for Kim, my awesome daughter. I won't eat this because this is Kim's chocolate. But it's made without dairy. But it's milk chocolate. And you know, that's actually quite rare. But it's a little bunny, so that's cute. So I have some chocolate. So what my question is there chocolate, a particular type of chocolate that you can't have in the house, as otherwise you will just eat it? And Easter chocolate. You know, what are your favorites? Let me know. Meantime, I have to talk to you about my nails. The weirdness that is going on with my nails. So, I've painted them today, and to be fair, normally I do on a Tuesday. I painted them. I put a base coat on and a couple of top coats on, and I thought they were dry. And I've just sat, and because I'm cold, I was actually sat on my hands, and I don't know. You'll probably see when we get crafting. I've now got trouser marks on all of my nails. It's just hopeless. Just dangerous. Hi, Lorraine. And saying we're making her hungry. Yes. But to be honest, you don't need to be hungry for chocolate, do you? Because it just kind of melts in your mouth and just disappears. It's like ice cream. And to be fair, most desserts, you're full after dinner, but you can always make room for a dessert because it just kind of fills in the cracks. Ooh. Sandy's saying Marks and Spencer's do an amazing Highland cow Easter egg. Ooh, that sounds. And there were quite a lot of different kind of big eggs and things. I only got little ones to go in the treat packaging. Donna's saying I could start a new fashion trend. I don't think there is any danger of me starting any kind of trend, Donna. Bless you. That's not going to happen. Oh dear. I did have. Where is it? Who? Oh no. Okay. I will share that next week. I did have a wonderful card from the lovely Daphne. And she sent me a lovely gift actually, and a card. I will bring it upstairs next week. I don't know why it's not here. I've got 3 baskets full of paper, but it's not here. Ali saying my nails are classy. Yeah. They've just gone dull now. Dull and bumpy. Ooh, Anne saying she's just gone and got the box of Maltesers out of the fridge. You see, I'm just empowering you. Oh, did you notice then? One of my lights went out. Oh no. Hang on. Let me see if I can fix it. Oh, hang on. Yay! I thought we had a power cut then. That would have been a disaster. That would have been disaster. Oh, Lorraine saying Marks and Spencer's Swiss chocolate nut clusters, 2 varieties. You know what else I saw in Marks and Spencer's? And oh, my earring's wonky. I am feeling very proud of myself because I left them on the shelf. So I love Tunnock's tea cakes. Actually, I love all Tunnock's chocolate. But Tunnock's tea cakes, they're the ones with like a biscuit base, marshmallow on the top, and they're covered in milk chocolate. Well, Marks and Spencer's do that sort of tea cake as well, but ones with jam in. They're really nice. But yes, today I saw they had salted caramel marshmallow in them. I thought I was being really good. I came up with 4 pieces of chocolate, but I left the salted caramel tea cakes on the shelf. Ali's saying my theory about pudding is because you have two tummies. One's a dinner tummy and one's a pudding tummy or a dessert tummy. Yeah, I think that is probably quite correct. Awesome. And what else did I see? So talking about food again, honestly, it's like most weeks we talk about food. I also noticed, and it also stayed on the shelf, was, walnut whips. Again, I always feel like I have to explain to my international friends what these things are because I appreciate British chocolate is kind of weird compared to everywhere else. So a walnut whip is like a spiral of chocolate with marshmallow in the center, and it has half a walnut on the top. Now, Marks and Spencer's for years have been doing different variants of these. All of them are delicious. But now they've got a bar. So it's a bar full of them. But at least when something comes in a wanna in a packet, you just eat the one. If it's a bar, you start at one end and you just go to the other end. Maybe that's me. So, right, shall we go on with some crafting? I don't think I've got any Stampin' Up updates for you today, actually. Celebration is still going on. I've had lots of awesome people join my team. So do kind of check that out because it's a great time to join. You get £160 worth of products for £99. Or you can have £130 worth of products, 2 packs of markers, and a stamp set, which is like, I don't know, £190 worth of stuff. So it's a great deal. But also for every £55 you spend, you get something free. Now, last week I did talk to you about the alphabet dies because they're one of the new celebration options. They are currently out of stock, as is, for those of you that are doing the craft along, as is the storybook paper, which should be in, it should have come in last week. It's actually supposed to now be coming in this week. I am stalking the Stampin' Up website so I can order the paper for craft along. I'll keep you posted. Hopefully it will all be sorted in the next 24 hours and I can not worry about it, but we'll see. Sadly, you've got customs and shipping and all kinds of stuff to deal with. But to go back to the alphabet dies, I know several of you wanted them. They're showing as out of stock, but they are coming back in again, and they should be in before the end of celebration. So if that was the celebration reward you wanted, if you want to ping me an email, and as soon as they come back in stock, I will let you know. Jill is saying the Marks and Spencer's walnut whips are lush. Yes, they are. Donna's saying, tell them to make me an assortment pack. Yeah, but then Donna's eat everything. Oh, Ali's saying there's a basket full of Christmas chocolate still on the shelf. She can take it or leave it. Might take it into school tomorrow. Yeah, and it's interesting. I am a bit finicky about my chocolate. I like good chocolate. Don't like rubbish chocolate. So, if I don't like it, I won't eat it just because it's there. But then I just tend to buy chocolate I like. Margaret, hello. North Carolina is in the house. Welcome. Must be early morning for you, Margaret. Right. So, I got Tigger I'm sure I've shown you this one before, but here you go. Here's the awesome quote on the back. It says, "Life is not about how fast you run or how high you can climb, but about how well you bounce." That's an Amanda motto, if ever I heard one. Right. Let's get some crafting done and see if we can find somewhere to put these treats. Let me switch that camera off. Eek. Switch the camera round. Put the camera on. Hurrah. Okay. So, we are going to start out with this crazy paper. And a few other things. There we go. Da, da, da. So I've got 3 different sizes of treat pocket for you today. Using a 6-inch piece of paper, a 9-inch and a 12-inch. So if you are in a crafty space and you want to craft along, please do. But I wanted to show you this. This is called Toadstool Gardens. This is actually a celebration choice. Let me see if I've got my celebration book here. It doesn't look like I have. So it's one of the choices in celebration, but it goes with terrific toadstools. So it is designed to go with this bundle. So there's a stamp set and a punch. So it's designed to sort of coordinate with that. And so I'll show you this paper, but then we've also got this, and this is another celebration choice. So this is seam binding ribbon in fresh freesia. I adore seam binding ribbon. It's like a crinkled ribbon already, so it's, you know, it's never going to look super smooth, and that just works really well for my style of crafting. So this is a 6-inch paper pack. There are 8 sheets of the 2-sided design. So let me just show you. So you've got this pattern with like these little dots on the back. You've got these leaves. Oh, hang on. Leaves with the mushrooms. You've got stripes and dots. You've got like this ombre effect and like a wood grain. That's 4 patterns. I think that's that one. That's the stripy one. So I've got those. That's 4. This is another pattern. So I think it must be 8 patterns in total. We'll see. So you've got mushrooms and like little ladybirds there, and like a stripe. You've got snails and mushrooms there, and that sort of crosshatch. Yeah, so that's 6, 12, 18, 24, 32, 40. Is it 48? Yeah, it's 48. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I don't know. It's about, it must be 8 because I haven't used these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. 8, 16, 24. Yeah, I was doing the wrong maths. So there are 8 sheets of 6 different double-sided designs. Phew. Okay. That took some working out. Right. We are going to use the crazy pattern to make this. But stop. I found Daphne's card. Yay! It was tucked underneath the bag that I'm doing for 12 by 12. So this is the lovely card that she made for me. Isn't that pretty? I love these oval dies as well. It's really cool. Cool. Thank you, Daphne. Okay, right. So we need this. We need the bone folder and we need the scoreboard. For my international friends, I'm sorry, I'm going to be talking in inches mostly. But I will make sure when I put the measurements up on my blog, there will be centimeter measurements as well. But what I'm actually going to do, it's the same bag, treat holder, pocket, whatever you want to call it, but 3 different sizes. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to make one out of card first, so I can draw all of the lines on it for you, so you can kind of see how it's supposed to look in the end, and then I'll make them and give you all the measurements. Okay, so this is a 6 by 6 piece of card. It's going to be hard for me to fold this because it's cardstock. It works much better if you use paper. So I have folded this in half, and then with the with the scored piece, flip it over and put that at the top. And we're going to make a score line at 2 3/4 inches. And then you're going to flip this over and score it at 2 3/4 inches again. Now, I could give you the measurement to do it here as well, but experience tells me that quite often that second score line can be off a little bit. So if you score the same measurement and then flip it over and the same measurement again, it's definitely going to be right. And then got one more score, turn it with your scored line there. Now this is slightly more tricky. You are going to score at 1/2 inch. Now I'm going to flip it over and do it again. It just helps with the cardstock. You won't need to do that if you're using paper. Okay, so I'm going to get my pen and I'm just going to write on these score lines for you so you can see them, because it just makes it easier. Obviously, your score lines are not going to be wonky. They're going to be straight. So if you imagine that's how it went into the trimmer, scored there and there, and then that one. Okay. And when the whole thing is opened out, you end up with this. Okay, so this is what you are going to be making on your patterned paper. Okay, so I'm going to work on the patterned paper now, but I just wanted to show you that that is what the score lines, and what you can do is reinforce them all. So I'll just leave that there for a couple more minutes. So let's start. You need double-sided paper for this. It just looks pretty. So you're folding it in half diagonally, and then pop it in. So we're scoring at 2 3/4. Turn it over, 2 3/4, and then along this way, and 1/2 inch. And then what we're going to do is we are going to reinforce on all the score lines. Just go gently. It's patterned paper, which means it's got a white core. And if you press too hard with your bone folder or your scoring tool, potentially you're going to crack it. So just go gently and go backwards and forwards on all of the score lines. Margaret's saying she loves the toadstool paper. Absolutely. It's really cool. So I'm going to fold it back, and then I'm just going to use my little punch, and I'm going to punch a circle there. That's going to be my little handle. And then, or what we're going to do is you've got three, so you've got these 3 score lines. The center score line is actually going to go up, and these 2 score lines are going to be down. So it's actually going to stand like that. I'm just going to grab my other one to explain. So that's how they're going to fold. But before we actually press that in, what we need to do is bring these pieces in. So open it up. You're going to fold that piece in, and you're going to fold that piece in. Can you see? Doesn't matter left and right, right and left. It doesn't matter. And then, like I said, that center line is going in, and then those 2 are folding up like that. And what that actually does is it makes 2 pockets, the pocket either side. Now, with the little ones, I recommend that you put a little bit of glue. You don't have to, but it will help the pockets stay together. So I'm just putting a little bit of glue there to hold that in place, and it will just hold it tightly there. And you've got a little handle. So what we're going to do is grab the scissors and tie the little handle up. Some of this. Now, obviously, the smaller ones, you're going to put less treats, less chocolate in. But equally, if you're thinking about gift cards or money or jewelry, that will go into a little pocket. Now, I've got some die cut circles here. So these are these are the stylish shapes dies. These have been around for forever. I've been talking about them for years and years. And they have like a little stitched edge. There are circles and squares, and then like these sort of flag ends. So with this little circle, you can, if you want to, make your pocket bigger. So that's what I'm actually going to do. And I'm going to use this punch, which is the petal park punch, I think. Let's go that way. Yeah, it's the petal park punch. So I'm just taking one of the flowers and my Stampin' Pierce mat. And if you just use your fat end of your ball tool and just go from the center and just sort of run it along each petal, it will start to make the petal curl. And it just gives it a little bit of dimension. I put a dimensional on there. And one of my new favorite embellishments, these. I don't know whether you've seen these. These are the antique pearls, 3 different sizes. And we've had sort of pearl type shapes before, but they've always been sort of oval or sort of irregular shapes. These ones are circles. So they are really pretty. And I need something sharp to lift them off. There we go. Actually, I need an inner. That's better. It needed a little bit more. There. That's better. It just pulls all the patterns together. So then I'm just going to put a little bit of glue down here and pop that down. And obviously you can put it on both sides if you want to. We'll add a little tag. Now I know from experience that my treats will not fit in there. Not easily. But smaller treats, earrings, gift cards will all fit in that size. So that's the 6-inch size. Let's move on to an 9-inch. I started when I was sort of redesigning all the sizes. I did go to 8 inches, but I didn't want to make 4 because it was like I go 6, 8, 10, and 12. But I thought, no, actually, we want a 9-inch. So this is another Celebration paper. And actually, I've been using this a lot, so I don't even know how much of it I've got left. It's called Bloom Impressions. It's 12 sheets of 12 by 12, 2 each of 6 designs. So we've got the blue sky with that floral. That's one. The pink, or with the pink. which I think is what I'm going to be using in a minute. That's 2 designs. You've got, this is Coastal Cabana and that floral. And we've got a yellow with a peach. And so that's 1, 2, 3. That's 4 designs. There are 2 more designs. One of them is obviously purples, which I've obviously used. And I don't know what the other one is. But it's obviously my favorite because I've used it. That's kind of my logic. If it's not in the bag, it's because I've used it already. Okay, so we need to cut this down to 9 by 9. Ooh. Excuse me. Ooh. Just have another slurp of my tea. Right, I'm going to have this on the inside. So you're doing exactly the same. So you're folding it in half, point to point. Just give it a quick run over with the bone folder. Then pop it into your scoreboard. And score it at 4 inches from the edge. Flip it over and score it at 4 inches. And then turn it this way and score it at 3/4 of an inch. Oop, all the way down. Okay, so again, this is exactly what it's going to look like. So you're going to have measured that way. So 4 inches in, flip it over, 4 inches in, and then turn it and 3/4 of an inch. So give it a really good squash. Okay. I find it easier each time to do my hole punch before I actually fold it. Just seems to make it easier. And then what you do want to do is figure out which way or what you want to actually be on the inside. So when you fold this in, you will be able to see that's going to be on the inside. This is going to be on the outside. So if I show it to you like that, or if you do it this way, you can have it like that. Okay. So I'm going to fold it in. And again, you can just give it a little bit of extra glue if you want to. And then make sure that that center fold goes up. So that's your mountain and there your valley folds. Just give those pieces a bit of reinforcing. That's not going to work. Let's go with a bit of tonal. So I'm going to do a double fold on this one. So this is you'll see on the next one I've made, you can well, I have doubled up my ribbon on that one as well. I just think it's a great way of just adding a bit more volume to the ribbon. It makes a bit more of a statement. Makes it a bit more poofy. Right. Ugh. You pull. And just trim those off. Okay. So there's your sort of second side. Actually, I have got... No, I'm going to put the white one on. So again, you can put a circle on. It just gives you a bit more sort of depth. But what you can also do, if we grab this piece, what you can also do is put like an extra layer. So this, let me get my ruler. So this measures a little over 4.5. So I'm going to trim this down to 4.5. And what you can actually do, I'm going to resize this in a second, is add in an extra piece there. So it looks like an envelope. I don't know how well you can see it. Actually, if I flip that around, you can see. And then you can actually put in a lot of stuff in there. So which way round? Actually, if I put one in one way and one in the other, we can decide. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue in the two corners. So we'll put that one in there. Ooh. Like that. Hi. I'm saying hello. It says M Woods on my screen. So welcome. I can't see your first name, so I'm very pleased you're here. So let's just slide that in there. Look, like so. So look, now you've gone from having like a little teeny triangle pocket. Hi, Margaret. Sorry. No, honestly, it's so tricky with the way that the names show on YouTube and Facebook, because I don't know quite often how it actually takes the name. But look, seriously. Ooh! I got excited and knocked the thing. Look, you can fit all the chocolate in now, look. Maybe not those. We'll save those for the last one. But look. Oh no, I've done it again. It's because of where my mouse is. Hang on. Let me just move my mouse out of the way. Okay, so you can put lots of chocolate in there now, like that. So do we like the way that sits? Of course, you could actually put it over the top. I actually like the way you've got like the shape of it. You can see it easier there. Interesting. Because look, you could have done that. Ooh. Well, there's your second one. So let's go for 3. And this time I'm going to use this paper. Now this is the Floral Delight paper, and I know that this is also currently out of stock in Europe. For my South Pacific and North American friends, we have different warehouses to you guys, so I don't know whether it's in or out of stock in your area, but certainly in ours it's currently out of stock. It will be in the next week or so in Europe. We used this at the last craft along. It is beautiful. So that's one of the patterns. That's the second one. We've got this one with the green. Might use this one actually this time. Oh no. Oh, this one. I'm going to use this one, I think. So this time, pop those 2 there. This time we're working with a 12 by 12 piece of paper, and obviously, like with all of the others, we're just going to fold it one corner to corner, like so, and then we're going to put it into the scoreboard, and you are going to score it at 5.5 inches, and then flip it over and score it at 5.5 inches, and then put it in this way, and you're going to score it at 1 inch. Now it will not, you won't be able to score it all the way to the end, look, because it's hanging off the edge. So you're going to have to flip it and do it again. So at 1 inch. And you're going to end up with exactly the same shape that we've had on all of the others. So we're just going to reinforce all of those. Thank you, Anne. Now this is going to make such a big treat pouch. You're going to be amazed. Okay, so let's fold that up and punch a hole. Okay, and then we're going to fold this in and fold this in. Now, absolutely glue this. Just add in some extra stick. It will just help. Okay, and then we're folding it in exactly the same way as before. And you can see how huge this is. Let me show you compared to that one and that one. Now I do have one that I made earlier because I wanted to make sure, I knew I'd be running out of time. I wanted to make sure that I had time to show you what could actually fit in it. So here is one I made earlier. So obviously I've decorated it in the same way as this one. So you've got this big pocket, but obviously if you did the trick that I've done with this piece, you would end up with a pocket that is like 4 inches by 5.5. So it would be huge. But what you can do is you can fit a card in. So that would work really well. I'm going to put that in the back actually for now. My speckled eggs are going to fit in there, along with all my other chocolatey treats. See, they will all fit in. But if you've got a crafter friend, how about some embellishments? How about a new Tombow? Because seriously, well, what crafter friend doesn't need a new Tombow? And then slide the eggs in the back. Look, it stands up. And that is the best bit. And I don't know whether I can kind of show you. So the pouch itself kind of pulls apart. You can see there, look, it kind of pulls apart, which is why you need the ribbon. But it gives you so much space. So I know we've been talking about chocolate all day, haven't we? But you know, just because these are kind of designed as treats for chocolate, why not give some gifts, you know, some crafty gifts and other things. So there we go. 3 different treat bags. All of the measurements, I'll put a link down there. All of the measurements will be on my blog, so you can get all of the measurements there. I'll add in like this extra panel. I'll add the measurements in for all of them, so that if you wanted to do that, then you don't have to figure it out. I've used a 1-inch circle punch for all of these, but obviously you could use bigger ones or smaller ones. I just liked it because it was big enough to kind of get your hand in or your finger in to be able to hold it. But it's just such a great way of making gifts look pretty and using your awesome patterned paper. Okay, so I am going to say goodbye for this week. I will be back here next week at 2 o'clock. Please take care of yourselves till then. And I will look forward to seeing you soon. Goodbye.